What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another one of my quick reaction movie reviews. Today, we are talking about Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. It is the newest movie in the Paranormal Activity franchise, and thankfully has nothing to do with any of the previous six. Let's do the review. Run!
Oh my God.
Are you sure about this?
I have to know.
And so, guys, like I said before, if you're a fan of the previous Paranormal Activity movies, or if you've never seen the Paranormal Activity movies, or if you've seen them and you're just kind of done with that storyline that they were going in, where it was all about the baby hunter and the demon wanting to possess it, they break away from those storylines completely. So if you didn't like the Marked ones, or you didn't like Ghost Dimension, which I didn't like either of those. In fact, I think I liked 1, 2, and 3, and then I didn't like anything after that. This movie goes in a completely new direction, which I like. To me, it was a breath of fresh air for the franchise. That's a big deal for me, because when you're 7 movies into a horror franchise, you start turning into Saw. Saw 7 was terrible, and then they did Jigsaw, which wasn't good, and then they most recently did Spiral, which was trash. Okay, back on topic. So, of course, this Paranormal Activity movie is going to do some of the Paranormal Activity tropes, because otherwise it wouldn't be a Paranormal Activity movie. One of the tropes in that movie is shaky cam, handheld camera for the entire movie. Now, some movies do it well, some movies not so much. My thing is, as long as there's a good explanation for the shaky cam, I'm good with it. Something like Cloverfield should never have been a shaky cam movie. I don't know why they did it like that. Maybe J.J. Abrams was trying to explore his abilities, but I personally think that that was a trash idea. They shouldn't have done that. They should have just done regular film for that movie. In this movie, it makes sense. It's about this woman who is meeting her family for the first time. She was dropped off at a fire station, I believe, or adoption agency, one of the two. She was dropped off as a baby by her mom. She never saw her mom's face. Her mom just kind of dipped, and she was gone. The fact is, she has never met her family, and she is going for the first time to meet her family, and maybe even her mom. She doesn't even know if her mom's still alive. So again, in that aspect, with the shaky cam makes sense. She's with her boyfriend, and she's with her friend who's just a guy that's a friend. I don't know. It's a trio of people, and they're all going out there. This movie, there's some things I like, some things I dislike about it, and they kind of go hand in hand. So on the shaky cam aspect, I think they do it well. However, they're filming on different devices throughout the entire movie. So somebody from the creepy cult at the end of all of this, do a supercut of all of these to put them together. I liked, the original Blair Witch. It was found footage, right? And it was just this camera that was turned on and off and on and off and on and off at each scene. And so it made a cohesive movie, but it was all shot through one lens. The same for the movie Project X. It's another shaky cam movie that I really enjoy. It's all shot by one person on one camera, and I enjoy the fact that it's on one camera. So you could have technically found the footage, right? In this found footage movie, though, she's filming on her iPhone at one point. They're filming on a camera at one point. They're talking about having to plug this camera in. So again, when all the events finally go down in this movie, who was like, okay, let's make a supercut of everything, all the evilness that's going on. And that's, I guess, my only issue with the shaky cam in this movie is again, who's putting together this supercut? That's the questions I have. But if you go along with that thought process of just, hey, watch the movie for what it is, this movie actually is a really fun time. I enjoyed the jump scares in the movie. In the beginning of the movie, it's got its traditional, jump scare, and then it's like a kid, or jump scare, and it's an animal. Okay, these things happen. This is the normal tropes of a scary movie, especially handheld, because they can whip the camera around really quick, and they can explain it by the person changing their body. But this movie also has some really creepy elements in it. At one point, they're outside trying to do something. I forget what exactly they're doing, but they set the camera down. And as they bend down to do whatever they're doing, you see right past their leg in the distance is a body. And as the person kind of shifts and changes what they're doing, you see the shot through their leg, the thing get closer and closer and closer, and that's a good scare. I like that. I think that was really good camera work. Two of my other favorite things about this movie, one actually came from the trailer. So the girl is under the bed kind of hiding because she's in a room she's not supposed to be in, and just when you think everything's done, all the scary things that could have happened are done, this force just sits on the bed, and it's a really cool shot, because you never see feet, you never see anything in the room, but you do see this, some presence is in that room. The other thing comes toward the end of the movie, and I don't want to spoil it. One of my biggest issues with the Paranormal Activity movies is you never get to see anything. And without spoiling anything, you finally get to see something, and it's scary as hell. That's the best way I can put it. They do a great job showing you something that's actually scary. Because again, in found footage movies in general, they're usually low budget, so they're like, okay, well, we're going to cut cost. You'll never actually see the monster, the demon, the witch, whatever it is. In this, you actually get to see something, and it makes it a lot more fun. And guys, that's my movie review for the movie Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. If you enjoyed this movie review, hit the like button. If you want to share this movie review with your friends, make sure that by hitting the share button. If you've seen Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin, and you want to put your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below, well, go ahead. And again, if you're looking for where to find it, you can find it on Paramount Plus. It is streaming currently, and I definitely recommend checking it out this very scary time of year. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. So I was down in my basement, and I was like, I gotta do an after credit scene, because I've been doing an after credit scene. So what do I do an after credit for in this movie review? And I was like, well, let's show off the stab poster a little more. So there it is. There's the stab poster. It says, "This is going to hurt." That's the tagline for the movie. Down here, it's based on the best-selling novel by Gail Weathers, which of course is Courtney Cox's character within the movie Scream. Down here, David Schwimmer's dropped. Luke Wilson's name is dropped. I just think it's pretty cool. I love that this movie poster, they put a lot of effort into this movie poster, and I love that for a fake movie, we get an actual movie poster. It's pretty cool. And guys, that's your after credit scene for today. Next time, maybe we'll do one of the other posters on my wall.